The world map may seem permanent, but it has never stopped changing. Mountains rise, oceans open, and continents slowly drift across the planet. These changes happen so slowly that we never notice them during our lifetime. But if we could speed up time by millions of years, Earth would look completely different. One of the biggest changes already taking place is happening between Africa and Europe. Right now, these two continents are slowly moving toward each other. They are not racing or even walking. They are creeping forward at only a few millimeters every year. That may sound tiny, but over millions of years, it adds up to an enormous distance. Scientists believe this slow movement will eventually close the Mediterranean Sea forever. The Strait of Gibraltar will disappear, and Spain, Portugal, and Morocco could become part of one giant landmass. This isn't science fiction, it's geology. To understand why this is happening, we first need to look beneath our feet. The Earth's outer shell is not one giant solid piece. Instead, it is broken into huge sections called tectonic plates. Imagine a giant jigsaw puzzle floating on a layer of hot, slowly moving rock deep inside the Earth. Each puzzle piece moves very slowly in different directions. These movements are incredibly slow. Most plates travel only a few centimeters each year, about as fast as your fingernails grow. You can't see it happening, but with special GPS satellites, scientists can measure these tiny movements with amazing accuracy. The Iberian Peninsula, which includes Spain and Portugal, sits on one of these tectonic plates. For a long time, scientists knew that Africa and Europe were moving closer together, but recent research has revealed something even more surprising. The Iberian Peninsula isn't just moving, it's also slowly rotating. Imagine the hand of a clock turning, except it takes millions of years to complete the movement. That's exactly what's happening. Spain and Portugal are slowly twisting clockwise as powerful forces deep underground continue pushing them. Why would an entire peninsula rotate? The answer lies in the collision between the African plate and the Eurasian plate. These two enormous plates have been pushing against each other for millions of years. Today, they continue moving toward one another at around 4 to 6 millimeters every year. That might seem meaningless, but over 1,000 years, that becomes several meters. Over 1 million years, it becomes several kilometers. The Earth never rushes. It doesn't have to. One of the most fascinating places to see this collision is the Strait of Gibraltar. This narrow waterway separates southern Spain from northern Morocco. At its narrowest point, it's only about 14 kilometers, or roughly 9 miles, wide. On a clear day, people standing on the Spanish coast can actually see Africa with their own eyes. The continents already look close enough to touch, and every single year, they get just a little bit closer. Of course, nobody alive today will ever witness them joining together. Neither will our children, grandchildren, nor countless generations after them. But the process has already begun. For decades, geologists struggled to understand exactly what was happening beneath this region. Unlike many tectonic plate boundaries that form clear lines, the boundary between Africa and Europe is messy and complicated. Instead of simply crashing together, the plates grind, twist, overlap, and slide past each other. This creates a huge zone filled with pressure, earthquakes, and slowly changing landscapes. To solve the mystery, scientists combined two powerful tools. First, they studied GPS satellites that measure tiny movements across Earth's surface. Second, they analyzed earthquake records collected over many years. Together, these clues revealed something remarkable. The Iberian Peninsula is slowly rotating because of uneven pressure created by the colliding plates. A major reason for this rotation is a hidden geological feature called the Gibraltar Arc. Most people have never heard of it because much of it lies beneath the sea. Think of the Gibraltar Arc as a giant curved bridge of mountains stretching from southern Spain to northern Morocco. On the Spanish side are the Baetic Mountains, including the famous Sierra Nevada. Across the sea in Morocco are the Rif Mountains. Beneath the Mediterranean, these mountain systems are connected by the underwater Gibraltar Arc. This giant structure isn't standing still either. It is slowly moving westward toward the Atlantic Ocean. As it moves, it bends and stretches, almost like a slow-motion wave rolling across the seafloor. Even more importantly, it acts like a giant natural shock absorber. Most of the pressure created by the African and Eurasian plates gets absorbed by the Gibraltar Arc. Instead of sending all that force directly into Spain, the arc takes much of the stress itself. But this protection only works on one side. West of the Strait of Gibraltar, there is no geological buffer. Nothing stands between the African plate and the southwestern corner of the Iberian Peninsula. As Africa keeps pushing northward, the western side experiences more pressure than the eastern side. Imagine pushing on one corner of a spinning door. Instead of moving straight ahead, the door begins to turn. That's essentially what's happening to Spain and Portugal. The uneven pressure causes the entire peninsula to slowly rotate clockwise. This movement is incredibly slow, but it never stops. You may wonder why any of this matters today if the biggest changes won't happen for millions of years. The answer is earthquakes. The same forces that are slowly pushing continents together also build enormous amounts of stress underground. When that stress becomes too great, rocks suddenly break, releasing energy as earthquakes. Southwestern Spain and southern Portugal experience more earthquake activity than much of Western Europe because they sit near this active plate boundary. History gives us a dramatic example. In 1755, the city of Lisbon experienced one of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded in Europe. The earthquake destroyed much of the city. Fires broke out. A massive tsunami followed, sending huge waves across the Atlantic Ocean. Tens of thousands of people lost their lives. Scientists believe this devastating event was caused by the same tectonic forces that continue shaping the region today. Even when earthquakes aren't happening, the land is still moving. Modern GPS satellites can detect parts of Spain and Portugal shifting by only a few millimeters each year. Without advanced technology, nobody would ever notice. The mountains are changing too. The Sierra Nevada in southern Spain continues rising ever so slightly as the Earth's crust is compressed. Across the Mediterranean, Morocco's Rif Mountains are also slowly growing taller. These changes happen so gradually that an entire human lifetime is only a tiny moment in Earth's history. It's like watching a 2-hour movie but only seeing a single frame. Everything appears frozen, even though the story is constantly moving forward. So what happens millions of years from now? Scientists predict that Africa will continue pushing northward until the western entrance to the Mediterranean Sea completely closes. The Strait of Gibraltar will disappear. Instead of water flowing between Europe and Africa, mountains and solid land could take its place. Spain, Portugal, and Morocco may eventually become connected as one continuous landmass. The Mediterranean Sea would slowly shrink as its connection to the Atlantic Ocean disappears. Over immense periods of time, much of the sea could eventually vanish, transforming today's coastlines into completely new landscapes. The world map we know today would become history. Of course, Earth's future is incredibly complex, and geological predictions over millions of years always involve uncertainty. But scientists are confident about one thing: Africa and Europe are still moving toward each other. The forces driving that collision are active right now. Every tiny movement measured by satellites confirms that our planet remains alive and constantly changing. Although these changes are far beyond any human lifetime, they remind us that Earth is never truly still. Mountains grow, continents move, oceans open and close, and one day, the Mediterranean Sea may become one of the greatest geological chapters in Earth's history, a sea that existed for millions of years before finally disappearing beneath the unstoppable power of moving continents. The Earth is slowly rewriting its own map, one tiny movement at a time. Today's Mediterranean Sea may one day become solid land connecting two continents forever. If you enjoyed learning about our amazing planet, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more incredible discoveries.